What's up YouTube, it's your boy Rhett, back at again with another video. A few days ago I got a rude comment on my Gemini video that has already helped thousands of people set up automated scheduled buys and save tons of money on Bitcoin buy and transfer fees. The comment was from Randy. And the comment says, "Too much bull for me, too much to go over here. Click this, do this now, do that, ... question mark. And Gemini is easy? Well, here's the deal, Randy. That Gemini strategy is actually not that easy. It's just the best way to buy Bitcoin, paying the lowest amount of fees. But that's not what everyone wants. Some people, like Randy, want a solution that's just quick and easy, and they don't mind paying a little bit more in fees. So today we're gonna go over what I think is the perfect way for people who just want a really quick and easy way to buy Bitcoin from their phones without even using an exchange. And the app that's gonna let you do that is called Strike. If you guys watch the end of the video, I'm gonna be showing you how Strike works, the reasons that I love Strike, what some of the downsides are to using Strike, and then I'm gonna be giving you guys a recommendation on whether or not you should be using Strike based on what your use case is. So smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm and let's jump into it. All right, so I have my phone here, and I'm just gonna do this demo straight from the phone. So you're just gonna open Strike. Once you've set up your account, it'll look something like this. You go to payment methods, you'll link your bank account. If you don't have a bank account linked, you can select add payment method, hit bank account or hit debit card. There's no fee for either one. Strike uses Plaid to link your bank. Get started. Pick your bank here. I'm using Charles Schwab. You'll log in. Plaid will sync your account, and then you'll have your bank account active right here. You'll select your bank account, hit exit, hit deposit. Let's deposit $10 from the bank account. Confirm. And there you go, deposit successful. Now if we go over to home, you can see that I did have $5 before, now I have $15. I'm gonna hit pay. I'm gonna go over to my Bitcoin wallet over on Casa. I'm gonna receive the Bitcoin at this public address. I'm gonna go up into the top right and hit this little scan QR code. I'm gonna paste the invoice. I'm gonna send $10. I'm gonna hit next, confirm, 6-cent fee. Done, payment successful. I go back over to Casa and I can see that the payment was received. So I think that that is basically as easy as it could possibly get. I'm pretty sure that Strike is the only app in the world that lets you send fiat from your bank account directly into Bitcoin cold storage like that. And because it's built on the world's first open monetary network, Bitcoin, Strike has some huge inherent advantages over companies like Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. Additionally, it has huge advantages over most of the major exchanges, including Coinbase, Kraken, and Binance, all of which make you pay not only a fee to buy Bitcoin, but then also a fee to transfer your Bitcoin. The only exchange that I know of that doesn't have both of those fees, the buy fee and the transfer fee, is Gemini, which right now allows you to get 10 free transfers a month. And so you do completely ignore that transfer fee on Gemini, but you still are paying their 0.1% maker fee or a 0.35% or higher fee if you're buying in a suboptimal way over on Gemini. And so if you are looking for just a quick and easy way to convert your fiat to Bitcoin right away without touching an exchange, I think Strike is a really great option that you should definitely consider. Strike is also the app that NFL players like Russell Okung have used to accept a portion of their salary in Bitcoin. Strike is really perfect for this use case, accepting a part of your salary in Bitcoin, because Strike is really good at dealing with very infrequent, large purchases of Bitcoin. Since you're just paying an on-chain transaction fee to move the Bitcoin from Strike into whatever your wallet situation is, the fees associated with moving that Bitcoin are going to scale non-linearly with the amount of Bitcoin that you're sending. So if you're sending a huge amount of Bitcoin, the percentage of that that's a fee is going to be a lot smaller than if you sent a small transaction like I did, assuming that the mempool is in a similar spot in both situations. Obviously, if the mempool is very clogged up when you're sending a big transaction, the fee will still be really high. And if you're wondering about what is the mempool and how can I check that, I'll leave a link down in the description. And then I'll also leave a link up to a video that I've either already uploaded or that I'll upload next week about how I'm running a full node and what the advantages of running a full node are. One of those advantages is that you can check the mempool directly from your full node. Strike is also working on a really cool feature that is going to allow them to stream payments through the Lightning Network. And that would allow, instead of employees getting paid every 2 weeks, it would allow employees to get paid every 5 seconds. I think the most obvious benefit of streaming money is that streaming money would basically completely eliminate overnight the payday loan industry. If you need your money on Wednesday, but you don't get paid until Friday, you might have to go collect a payday loan to pay a bill that you need on Wednesday Wednesday or Thursday. But if you were streamed your salary every 5 seconds, you would actually have the money on Wednesday. You wouldn't need to go get a loan. If you're really excited about Strike like I am, I have a link down in the description. It's a referral code, and if you sign up, we both get $5. It would really help out the channel, and it's going to allow you to instantly buy Bitcoin from your bank account like I just did in that demo. The other advantage of being built on an open network like Bitcoin is that if you're using Venmo or if you're using PayPal or if you're using Cash App, you can't send money from the United States over to Europe and have dollars be received as euros. But the advantage of using Bitcoin for the back end is that Strike can take your dollars, convert it into Bitcoin, convert the Bitcoin into any other currency pair in the entire world, euros for this example, and then send those euros to whoever is on the other end of the transaction. So I could, once this is fully implemented, seamlessly send US dollars to anyone in Europe and have them receive those dollars as euros. The other very powerful part of Strike that they're implementing now in El Salvador is, since there are Bitcoin ATMs all over El Salvador, what people with phones, anyone with a phone now, and I think Strike is the #1 finance app now in El Salvador, is anyone in El Salvador now with a phone can just go to a Bitcoin ATM, scan a code, pay with their El Salvador dollars, buy Bitcoin from the Bitcoin ATM, and then have Strike receive the Bitcoin back as US dollars. So this is really more than just a money transfer app in the way that Venmo and PayPal and Cash App are. This is really like the world's first almost like free currency converter. This exchange rate should always be perfectly accurate because Bitcoin is trading in pretty much every currency pair in the world 24/7, 365. And so Jack Mallers, the founder of Strike, even said in a podcast that during some of their testing, they were getting better foreign exchange rates than foreign exchange markets, because foreign exchange markets are not trading 24/7, 365, and Bitcoin is. So with all that great stuff being said about Strike, and I do truly think that Strike is going to be one of the world's greatest companies in the next 5 to 10 years, there are some things that the app does need to build out that are not really working that great right now. I think the biggest one for me is that there is no way to set a PIN code that I could find in the app, and it doesn't leverage Touch ID or Face ID. And so if someone did take your phone, they could theoretically just open the app with no authentication, deposit money from your bank account that's already linked, and then send it to their Bitcoin public address, and that money would be gone. So that's probably, I think, the biggest issue with Strike right now as of the recording of this video. This seems like such a small feature and something that they could fix really quickly by integrating with just Face ID. I do expect that that will be a feature that they end up producing in the next few major updates. Another little quality of life issue when you're using the app is that Strike doesn't let you set your own on-chain fee speed. If you use a lot of other wallet apps like Ledger, there's actually an area where you can set your own sats per byte of the fee that you want to send. However, in the Strike app, when you say, I want to send $10, like I just did in that demo, there was no spot for me to say, all right, this is how much or about how much I want to pay in fees. Strike just calculated the fees on its own and sent that transaction over to my Casa multisig on its own. And what can be annoying about that is, let's say I only had $10 in my Strike app and I wanted to send $10. It's actually not going to say, hey, you can only send $9.54 because there's that 6-cent fee. It's just going to say you don't have enough funds, try again, and it won't tell you what that 6-cent fee was. And so that's a little annoying. I think the way to get around it is just fund your Strike account with slightly more money than you actually want to send so that it's inclusive of that fee and so that you can get your transaction sent through. Just a small quality of life thing, but if you do deposit exactly the amount that you want to buy, you're not going to really be able to do that, and it will be annoying. You'll have to guess and check the fee basically. Again, both of these features seem like no-brainers and something that Strike will definitely implement as quality of life in the future, especially with where the app is going. They're implementing so much more than just those things. It seems obvious that they would eventually get to those things when they're tackling stuff like streaming money. But for right now, it does still kind of feel like an app that's in beta or that's sort of used for testing, but isn't as serious as some of these other big banking apps, especially with that security feature not being there. So next, let's talk about, should you be using Strike? Or maybe is there another exchange that you could be using that fits your use case better? Like we talked about in that Russell Okung example, Strike is really great if you're buying a large amount of Bitcoin very infrequently, maybe once a month or twice a month. Great for converting part of your paycheck into Bitcoin and then immediately sending it to cold storage like I did in that example where I sent it to my Casa multisig. If you're interacting with the Lightning Network at all, which more and more people are now, Strike is really a no-brainer app because it allows you to convert your money in your fiat bank account into Lightning invoices. And so I'd be actually really surprised if you had seen this video, didn't didn't know what Strike was, but you were commonly interacting with the Lightning Network. That was really the first big use case for Strike. And that Lightning Network use case is really great because it just about eliminates all of the fees that you would be paying. You can send Lightning Network transactions for very, very, very low fees. And so if you did hook up your Lightning node to Strike, you would be able to get a very, very, very low fee transaction to shoot through there. And then you would only be paying that on-chain fee if you did move your Bitcoin off the Lightning Network and into maybe a cold storage wallet or some other on-chain wallet. And if you only move your coins off Lightning onto an on-chain wallet very infrequently, this strategy might even be better than the Gemini strategy that I outlined in that video a couple weeks ago. So let me know down in the comments if you guys are going to be using Strike. I use Strike pretty intermittently right now. I'm still doing almost all of my buying over on Gemini, but I think I will use Strike a lot more in the future as they start to implement more and more features like streaming money and like being able to convert my USD and maybe sending that to someone, maybe a friend in Germany, and having them receive it as euros. And again, all of this is possible because they're built on top of the Bitcoin network and not in a silo like Venmo or PayPal or Cash App. If you are looking to learn more about Gemini, which I do think is still definitively the best way to buy Bitcoin right now, I will leave a link to the video that I made a couple weeks ago up in the cards, so definitely check that out if you haven't already. Using Strike is a very quick and easy method, but if you are willing to take the time, unlike Randy, to implement that Gemini strategy, it's even less work over time. It's a lot of work up front, or it's a little bit of work up front. I tried to make it as easy as possible, but once you get it implemented, there's actually no work at all. It's almost totally automated. Go down below, smash the like button if you did learn something, and then subscribe and hit the notification bell for more tech, money, and success videos every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. I love you all. Goodbye.